You already know the question's coming.
Right.
How does the quarterback look so far?
That. Yeah. Quarterback's doing good. We got a good competition going right now. We got 3 guys going. We got Matt Jokel, who is the most experienced guy. It's crazy how he's evolved as a quarterback in this system because he's going on his 3rd year, so he already knows how this thing operates pretty efficiently. Going on to Kenny Hill, year 2 of the system. You're going to keep getting naturally better at it. And he's more and more comfortable each day, and that just started from last year when we entered fall camp. Kyle Allen, we had a good time. We had a good amount of time to work with him because he's a mid-year kid, so we got about 2 good months in of just learning the offense. So the communication and the operation is running pretty smoothly for him. His head's spinning just a little bit, but I'm very pleased with what I'm seeing out there.
What about overall just the competitive nature of Allen going out there as a first semester freshman battle?
He's doing well. I'm always impressed with how quarterbacks in this day of age that they're so used to running the spread, no huddle offense, and how they communicate it and operate the whole deal. And I'm very pleased with what Kyle Allen's doing out there. He's making some big time throws as well.
Coach mentioned White specifically yesterday as part of the running back equation. What have you seen from him? What are his strengths?
Yeah, but he's a bigger type back. He's probably 220 pounds, 225, so he can bring that aspect of it. This is a physical league, and there's going to be times we're going to have to get downhill and try to get a yard rushing the ball, and I think James is going to bring that dynamic to us.
How are the other backs looking? Obviously, you're making the transition from Johnny's offense to this new one. Seems like you're going to need a little bit more of that running game this season.
Definitely, and it always helps to lean on these running backs in the offensive line for a kid who's going to be a starter for the first time. And with the threats of Trey Williams and Brandon Williams and Trey Carson, and then even throwing James White in the mix, I think you have a good mix of all types of running backs. You have your speed guys, you have the guys that can juke people, you got the guys that can get downhill and run power with. So, and you also got some that can do both. So there's some things that we can do with it, but right now I think we're going to have to rely heavily on the run game and try to mature these quarterbacks and make them feel comfortable when they go out there in game time situations.
Jake, would it be a mistake to rule out Matt Jokel winning this job?
No. Yeah, Jokel's been running with the ones right now. They're all getting even reps. Jokel, Kenny, and Kyle have all been running with the ones, but Jokel's been here the longest, and he knows it the best, and he's right in the mix for all of us.
Part of being a coach is guys are going to leave, and you got to find those next ones. Is it ever as much of a panic situation for you as maybe it is for the fans that are wondering how's life going to continue after Johnny Manziel?
No, that's always what life after Johnny Manziel seems to be the growing theme around here. But I've been fortunate. I've had good quarterbacks everywhere I've been, and I'm looking for the next guy to come in and be their own man and step up and make a name for themselves. I know the next guy we play is not going to be the next Johnny Manziel, but who knows? He'll probably bring a different aspect to the game, and he'll be probably pretty good at what he does. So, there is no panic with me. The best thing is he's got to put him in the best position to succeed.
Cedric told us yesterday that fans can expect more throwing and less scrambling from the quarterback. Would that be accurate? And how so?
I hope so.
Yeah, right.
But that's just part of getting back to what we've done. This is, these type of quarterbacks that we have are similar to what I had at West Virginia and Oklahoma State, and you just got to utilize their strengths, and you got to take advantage of what they do best, and obviously they're probably going to be more pocket passer guys, but I think some of them are mobile enough to maybe get some things out there on the perimeter.
What's going to be your role, your tight ends in the offense?
Tight ends, that is an interesting. Like when you have Cam Clear, who's 6'6", 270 pounds, that can run really fast. I think it's pretty smart to get a guy like that in the field. So, we can utilize him in different ways. I think he's a guy that you can mix personnels up or mix up looks where he can be in tight sets, and he's also good enough to spread out right now. So, definitely, I think you can evolve the run game a little bit with a big body like that, and you can also get out there and spread it around. So the tight end is going to be pretty multiple things. So we're going to do what we do, but I think we can also utilize some unique things with it.
Fortunately for you, number 2 is still out there, Speedy Noel. For number 2, but take us through his first 2 days.
Speedy, doing good. Again, he's a mid-year guy, so we've had some time to work with him. Coach Baby's done a great job with him, and the kid really doesn't have very many mental errors. It's more of just spacing issues, and that's just comes down to coaching and being in the new system. But he shows signs that he can be a pretty electric player out there.
How about you personally, entering the season as the offensive coordinator? Kind of what are you looking for this spring and handling that job a little bit?
Definitely. The thing that I'm looking for in the spring is just to practice on little wrinkles. This is a perfect time for us to start kind of messing around with things and do things that we haven't shown before and go through these 15 practices and see if it's any good. We may trash a lot of the things that I'm trying to do and may, keep evolving with it. So the main thing is to get focused, just to get better and focus on just getting better individually and just what we do schematically, but also throw some wrinkles out there and just see if we can evolve this offense a little bit.
That was quite a memorable debut for you. Looking back on that,
Yeah.
looking back on that game, your first to call plays. What are kind of some memories of that?
Oh,
A
yeah,
lot of memories, probably.
There was a lot of
Yeah.
memories, exactly. We started off the game. We had a couple penalties and we kind of hurt ourselves on the drives. But I thought we did a great job as a unit with talking with Coach Anderson and Coach Beatty and Coach McKinney. We all worked together on what we were trying to accomplish. We made some good halftime adjustments. We came out in the second half, and everything we were calling seems like it was working. And it was a fun game. We were down 21. We overcame a lot of adversity, and it was pretty fun to bring in the new year that way.
Speedy kind of is a microcosm of your whole wideout core. You got a bunch of guys with real good talent, just not a whole lot of experience. What have you seen from them in the limited time you've had?
It's at this level, I think all these kids know how to play at a high level already, and I know a lot of it's just coaching and trying to get them to be comfortable and have them play fast. But I think we can utilize all these receivers in different ways. I know we've lost a lot of our production with Darrell and Lab and Mike, obviously, but this is part of the system. Every year, people are going to leave, and you're looking for those guys to step in and hopefully fill the spots, and hopefully maybe they can make a name for themselves and be better receivers.
How deep you want to be a wide receiver? How many guys do you want to use in a typical game?
I've seen it differently. There's a lot of formation sets that we do. We're typically going to have 4 receivers on the field, but sometimes we'll throw 5 in the game. So I want to try to get a good about 8 guys moving in and out. People think that's a really high number, but if you're playing 5 receivers at a time, 8's pretty reasonable.
Seals Jones, 100%, or how's that going?
Looks good to me out
Yeah.
there. Yeah, he's a big target, and he's obviously going to bring a whole other element to what we're trying to do. But he can stretch the field vertically, and he's very big and physical on the perimeter.
Good.